Sarah, and on this week of Boozing Bands, we have with us
Gabrielle Marlena.
Grab a drink, join us. How would you explain like yourself as a musician and like your music that you play in like a dating profile breakdown?
Okay. I'm an indie folk singer, and you should listen to my music if you want to feel a lot of things really intensely.
Like good things, bad things,
like both, like good things, bad things, just lots of different emotions. My songs tend to go from like really sad girl music to a little motivational. It's like, I don't know. Well, I'm putting out a breakup record in July, so there's just a lot of feelings everywhere.
So like angry, sad,
yeah,
everything
under the sun. Listen, you'll know what I mean. Just listen to it.
On the album, is it like you and a full band, or is it just you acoustic?
Yeah. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Katie Buchanan right now because she's my producer, and she we were paired up. Someone was like, you guys would be good together. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, it's just I'm the songwriter. I play guitar, I sing, but the record like would not have happened if it weren't for her. She played like every instrument on it. It sounds like a full band, and people are like, oh, like, who's your drummer? Who's your bassist? Who's your blah, blah, blah? I'm like, it's Katie. She did this all.
That's so cool. So yeah. Did you guys, like, come up with her parts together? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we took a while to sit there and, like, I had a sort of a hard time, like, explaining to her what I wanted to hear at first, because this was, like, my first time actually doing this. And I'm not a trained musician in any other sense. Like, I just play my guitar and I sing and I write songs. But if I was like, oh, I want to hear this in the drums, I had such a hard time explaining it because I was like, what is that thing called that I want to hear? Yeah. But no, we eventually found like a understanding, and I was always like sending her music, and I was like, just this song, make this part sound like this.
So, like, when you do sing, like, your breakup songs, are you, like, including, like, millennial technologies in it?
Yes.
Or are you making
you mean the lyrics?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The first song on my record that's called Good Music for You, that's actually the name of the album as well. The chorus is, but babe, we've got FaceTime and Messenger apps, and I know it's not the same as you lying in my lap. So it's, like, very much like this song would not have been written 10 years ago.
Speaking of, like, social media and stuff, like, as a musician, like, how do you utilize all of the social media stuff to, like, try and get people interested?
My name on Instagram is Gabby Marlena. I use Instagram a lot, probably an excessive amount. But when I was, like, a big Instagrammer before it was, like, for my music also, like, at the start of college and whatever, I was just, like, Instagramming everything. And then when I decided that music was going to be my thing and I was going to really pursue this, it was, like, the question of, do I make a different music account or do I just post, like, both my music and my personal life on my personal account? So I made a music Instagram account, and I made the name Gabrielle Marlena, which is my music name, which is my first and middle name. But then I was like, no, this is stupid. Like, I just want. Did you do the same thing? Yeah. Well, I just want my personal account to be my account. Yeah. So I deleted the music account, and now I, like, stole the name for myself. So I can't make my Instagram name Gabrielle Marlena, because even though the account doesn't exist anymore, it's still been used. Instagram's supposed to be personal. Yeah. So yeah, I post, like, my music stuff, and then, like, also an excessive amount of.
When you were in Montreal, did you, like, perform there?
Yeah. So I studied economics.
Wow.
Which was a weird decision. No, I was, like, studying, and it was a really hard school, and I was, like, so preoccupied in just being a college student, so, like, music wasn't my main focus. And I regret that a little bit. Like, I wish that I had started doing what I'm doing now a little bit earlier, but also I probably wasn't, like, mature and, like, enough and, like, confident enough in my own skin to really do what I'm doing now. But I did play, like, a bunch of little shows through, like, I started performing, like, it wasn't until, like, my third year in college when I decided that I needed to start performing more, and I found this, like, little basement open mic called the Yellow Door Coffee House. And it was really cool because it was like run by this like older banjo player who was like making music in the time of like Pete Seeger, and it was just like really interesting. And there was like no mic. It was just like a circle of people, and it was like really, really intimate and fun, and there'd be like a bunch of weird different performances, and it was just like me on my guitar. And I started going back to that place, and then through that I met a bunch of different musicians who were like organizing local shows, and there were a lot of benefit concerts like for student organizations that I became a part of. I did record this EP like at the McGill Studios with some graduate students. It's definitely, it's good. No, I really
it's
love it.
Not available anywhere,
no, it
so
is.
don't try.
It is actually. It's on Bandcamp and SoundCloud. But
if you can find it, you deserve it. But
if
otherwise,
you can find it, you deserve it. Bandcamp.com. So actually, no, I don't think that's the address. It's not. It's like whatever. A little bit tipsy.
Since you didn't move here specifically for music, like, and you didn't really focus on music like in school, how did you decide to like get back into it?
Well, I guess I sort of did. I mean, I moved here because I wanted to move here no matter what I was doing, but also like part of the appeal was the music scene, and I was like, I don't know. In Montreal, there was like a weird divide between Anglophones and Francophones, so it was like hard to like figure out the music scene, and also because I was such like college was my space when I was there, and I was such a McGill student, and like I was so involved in that world. Like the more involved you got, like the more like you got labeled like a McGill student. I feel like it was harder.
It was like a bubble.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah, my sister visited there, and I was like,
it was really hard to like meet like Montrealers and like get involved in even though there is like a really cool folk music scene there. I just feel like very much more comfortable, and like I feel at home a lot more in New York. I just always felt like a little bit of a visitor, and that probably didn't have very much to do with Montreal. It just had to do with the fact that I was a student there. So I've liked moving to New York, not like being labeled as like a student and just being like a person.
So is there anything else you'd like the viewers to know?
We have a show on July 16th at Pianos. Follow me on Facebook and social and Instagram, and
personally.
Instagram is what's up.
Her links will be below.
Find me on Tinder. I'm on Tinder.
Find her. Tell her you watched this. You'll know
I'm
more
Tinder.
about her.
I'm on Bumble. I haven't gotten onto J-Swipe yet, but I'm thinking about it.
If you can get her an invite to Raya, she'd love that.
Yes! Does anyone have a connect? Seriously.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
Bye. Yay.
Bye.